A conservative parliamentary candidate and aide to Home Secretary James Cleverly has described the government flagship's Rwanda immigration policy as crab. James Sunderland, who was the MP for Bracknell from 2019 to 2024 and is running to represent the constituency again, has recorded expressing the view at a private event in April. In the recording passed to the BBC, he is hard to say the policy is crap. Okay, it is crap. He goes on to defend the plan, saying it will deter migrants from trying to enter the UK by crossing the English Channel. It is not about the policy, it is about the effect of the policy, he says. So, it's not just about the effect of the policy, it is equally about the problem it will generate for UK, and the money is equally going to cause the UK taxpayers by people going to court claiming damages that their rights were trampled upon or they were illegally detained against their constitutional rights. Mr. Sunderland was speaking on 2nd of April at an event for young conservatives organized by a group called the True Blue Patrons Super Club and titled What Was It Like Behind the Scenes at Home Office. He has been a parliamentary private secretary to both Mr. Cleverly and Sula Baverman. Mr. Sunderland is hard to say. I have been part of this for the last 2 years. I am immense in it and I probably shouldn't say too much. But I will say to you is that nobody has got their cameras on, their phones. The policy is crap. Okay, it is crap. He goes on to say, but it is not about the policy. Yes, it's not about the policy in general. It's about UK's integrity in general. It's about them presenting themselves to the rest of the world as one of the champions of democracy. And democracy is about respecting people's rights, treating people based on their constitutional rights. Don't treat them as if they are lesser humans just because they entered into your country illegally. They still have rights. And according to democracy, their rights still need to be respected. In Australia, for example, a similar policy had a devastating effect. He's now saying it. There's no doubt at all that when those first flights take off, that it will send such a shock wave across the channel that the gangs will stop. That's what you think, that the gangs will stop. They might not stop. Rather, the stricter the laws, the lesser people will use the English channel, but this business that these gangs are making will continue to go on. The only thing that will happen is that the money they are collecting from people to cross them will now be increased. Yes, because migration has always been there right from the existence of mankind. People have been migrating, whether legally or illegally. Mr. Sunderland also criticizes other colleagues for cutting controversy and polarizing opinion. He said, I'm not saying stupid things. I'm not on the front page of the newspaper. I'm doing my job and I commend hard work. If you go out and do what Jonathan Gullis does, or Brenda Clark-Smith and Leah Anderson, go out and just cut controversy, you polarize opinion. I don't want that. Yes. So I will see what happens after the election on the 4th of July, because the Labour is already saying they are going to scrap it. Yes. But if the Conservatives manage to win the election on the 4th of July, we will see how they continue with the Rwanda plan. If they are still going to amend this plan, because a whole lot of havocs are being raised already. People are already going to court to fight for them to be released on bail, while some are already claiming damages even when the first flight has not taken off. And we should not equally forget what those 4 migrants that were deported to Rwanda a year ago from an island that belonged to Britain are going through in Rwanda. There are many cases. These people can't even move out freely because they are being harassed, because their rights are being trampled upon. They say that people are making sexual advances on them. So the case of these 4 migrants that were deported from this island to Rwanda is a clear example what many of these migrants, when taken to Rwanda, might face in nearby future. And Rwanda will never be able to handle what will come out of this when these migrants are being sent in their numbers to Rwanda.